We're at the Goodwill trying to start this new challenge, seeing how little amount of money we can start with and make profit. Just found this new skin galvanic spa gels. $3.99. Looks like it's new sealed, so this will be great for a starting point. Under $4, well, it's probably gonna be taxed, so we'll say under $5 to start with. Easy to ship. It's probably go for like 30 a piece, actually. Definitely something to keep an eye out for. Hey guys, just left the Goodwill, only bought that one item. This will be part of the new challenge that we're starting today. I've actually sold these in the past. I actually bought the entire kit before, so I know what these are. Great find there for $4. Probably looking at maybe like $75 to $90. Let me show you guys the receipt here. So you paid $4.31 in total, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to list it and sell it and ship it and buy shipping supplies. So we're going to use as little money as we can to make our first sale. All right, everybody, just going to show you here. So this is what I picked up today. I'm just showing you on the camera. I'm just on my table here at home. I just have the overhanging lamps. And I'm just going to show you the process that I go through. So first we're going to take off the Goodwill sticker here. They tape this up like really tightly. Go. So these are all sealed still. Alright, so I just have my phone here. I have the Galaxy Z Flip. What I'll do is I'll go into the camera app. So there's a couple ways we can do this. I can either lot them all up into one or sell them individually. I'm going to take photos of them as a lot first, and then I can decide. So this is just my own little lighting here. Got the line up here. So like I mentioned, there's a couple of options we could do. We can sell them all as a lot, or we can do it individually. So for that reason, I'm going to take photos of all three together. And then I'll flip them over and take another photo. And then I will do each individual one on its own. Flip it over. Take a picture of the sides to show that it is sealed, and then go to the next one. So this one has a little bit of like dirt staining, so I'll take another photo just highlighting that. And the third one. So if you don't have a desk or anything, you can use the floor. You can use a window. You can use a windowsill. Or you can even just like go outside if it's a nice day and just take them outside. Whatever you got, whatever you can work with. Again, we're trying to do this in the cheapest way possible. So just work with what you have. As long as you have a smartphone and a camera, you should be good to go. And I'm good with my photos now. So let's go into the app. Alright, so we got all of our photos ready to go for this listing. I'm going to show you how to do this on eBay. You can sell it on any platform you wish. I just have an eBay account. I use this probably 99% of the time than compared to like Poshmark or Facebook Marketplace. That's just where I do a majority of my listings and selling on. So what we're going to do is actually list this item. Like I mentioned, we're going to do individual ones. 3 of these here. We're just going to do one right now. So what we want to do is actually search for the item again. So I already have it in my recent since I just looked it up. So new skin, galvanic, spa, facial gels. I just basically typed in what was on the front here. And you can pull up and see the different ones. So these are all the listings. We're going to filter by solds. I'm just going to take that first listing here and click into it. And what we're going to do is, as you can see, it's sold, no longer available. But what we're going to do is click on this sell one like this button, and it'll pull up a new listing for me, grab in the information that they have. So any stock photos, I usually don't use stock photos at all, but we're going to click into the photos and edit that. And then we're going to add in our own. So upload photos, and we're going to take, so we did take a bunch of photos here. We're just take that first one that was a single. So we're going to take those. I think we took 4. Yep, 4 photos. Click on upload. And now you see we have the 4 photos here, so you can actually click into each one and edit them individually if you like to. And then once you're done with that, just click done. And then the title. So the title says authentic, new skin, age lock. This one says galvanic spa pre-treat. For the most part, you can probably just leave the title. If you want to change it to your personal preference, you can. Subtitle, I usually don't put anything because that is optional, and I think you do get charged extra for that. Category usually should already be preset for you, as long as the listing that you're taking it from didn't screw up anything, so just double check that. Same thing goes for the item specifics here, but we do want to change the condition here and just put new, because it is brand new. And then in the description, I usually put the title here, and then I'll put a space in between and put in the condition, brand new, never opened. And then after that, I usually will do another space and then put in the shipping information, how I usually ship it. Shipping via USPS Ground Advantage. And then just a thank you at the end here. Okay, looks good. We're gonna go to pricing. At first, it's going to show auction here. I highly recommend you not use auction. There's probably not enough demand for the auction to actually run up in price and people outbidding each other. 95% of the time, you should be doing buy it nows. And that's what we're going to do in this case. So I'm going to turn off auction and do buy it now. And then the median sale price shows $42 here. So I think we're going to price this at $30. So I'm just going to do 30 right here. If you do more options, you can set a duration of when you want to end this. If it doesn't sell, you can also turn on offers, which I usually will do. So I'm going to do allow offers here. And if you do allow offers, you can set a minimum offer price if you like to. So like in this case, we could set it to like $10, trying to just get rid of lowball offers. So we'll just do that. And then if you have multiples, you can do volume pricing. You can schedule start time. So this one, I'm just going to start it right away, so I'm not going to change any of that. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to do one listing, one quantity, just to show you guys how to get started. Okay, so over to shipping here, we're going to do ship in the US, package details. So here's where you enter in all of your dimensions and the weight. So it's already preset here to 8 ounces, 10, 8, 4. So that's kind of like the average weight it's been going out as. So with this, I'm going to leave it as 8 ounces here. Typically, the package dimensions are probably going to be, that seems about right. Usually about 8 by 6 by 4, but you can leave it as well. It's probably not going to change much of the pricing anyways if you change the dimensions, unless you go way crazy different. Most of the time, it's going to be the weight that's going to be changing the pricing on this. So I'm going to keep that as is. The shipping service, like I said, was going to be USPS Ground Advantage. You can see the different estimates for the different types. If you guys use UPS Ground or Priority Mail, whatever it might be, like faster shipping methods, you'll see the estimates here. But we're going to use USPS Ground Advantage. And then you can do shipping costs, so you can do offer shipping, calculated shipping, or a flat fee. You can do whatever you feel like. I usually do calculated shipping, so I'll just leave that as is. And then shipping internationally, so if you do have the option to do the eBay International Shipping Program, you can ship it to different countries in the world that eBay allows shipping to. You can learn more about that if you want to. I'm just going to leave everything as is, and then you can also do local pickup. Shipping is done. Okay, moving along to the preferences. So payments managed by eBay. That's usually what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to do any cash on pickup or personal checks or anything like that. Handling time, depending on your situation, if you can do it right away, I usually do 1 day business. If you're busy certain days, you can do 2 days, 3 days, whatever it might be. I typically don't do anything higher than 2 days just because I can readily grab the items and ship it out. But do what you're comfortable doing on your end. Item location, return policy. So with this one, you can turn on or off returns. I usually will do free returns for 30 days. I know some people just don't do returns at all. The thing is that eBay does allow them to do returns as long as they list it as item not as described. Just something to keep in mind for I do free returns on mostly everything, even if you set up as buyer returns. That way, like, the buyer would be the one paying for the return shipping label. So usually stuff like this probably doesn't get returned because it is new, but just in case any sort of issues that might come up when they open the package, they can return it. That's just my personal return policy. You might be different, you can do it your way, but so with this, I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'll do free returns for up to 30 days, and then I will do require immediate payment, and that's it for preferences. So, and then you can do promotions. I usually will just skip all of that just because I think it charges extra for promotions. Donations to charity if you want to. I'm just going to list it as is. So at the bottom here, you can list your item for free, list your item, and wait for it to load. And it is live now. But that is it. You can see your listing, you can end the item, do whatever. Now we just need to wait for it to sell, and then I'm going to show you all the shipping process that I'll go through once that is sold. A few days later, I'm at the Dollar Tree right now. We're gonna try and find some packing supplies. Alright, so we have this section. They're all $1.25, it looks like. So you got this packing tape, sealing tape here, a couple bubble mailers. Here's some fun ones, like watermelons, flamingo. These are your individual ones, and then they have these two-piece ones too. Oh, here's some more tape here. What I'm gonna do is buy one of these. I think I'm gonna get one of these watermelon. Those should be able to fit into these. I think so, even if they bought all three of them. So let's check out. Everybody just left the Dollar Tree, bought those two items, spent a total of $2.70. Here's the receipt. Bought the 3M tape and the bubble mailer. The watermelon bubble mailer, $1.25 each, $2.70 in total. After thinking about it, I probably actually didn't even need the tape because I think this should have a seal over here on the bubble mailer, and I was totally thinking of using the tape. Let me open this up and see if there is a self-sealing. And yeah, it's got the seal here, so didn't even need this tape here. So honestly, wasted $1.25. So it would be useful for boxes though. It's not like a big roll, but for a larger item. Again, we did get the new skin galvanic, so these should fit in here nicely. Yeah, you can just send it out just like this in the bubble mailer. But yeah, I spent $2.70 after tax on this. So, I mean, we could subtract out the tape and not even use the tape and say we only spent $1.25 plus tax on this. So I think it was like 10 cents in tax. So $1.35. So I just wanted to mention, as far as the shipping supplies goes, yes, we did buy 2 bubble mailers from the Dollar Tree. I think even if you go to like Target or Walmart, I think it still costs probably a couple bucks at least. But that being said, it's definitely going to be cheaper to buy it in bulk, like online on Amazon. But I just wanted to show you guys, if you're just getting started, you don't know where to start, you can just go to your local Dollar Tree, Target, Walmart, wherever it might be. They do have shipping supplies there. It's going to be more expensive in the long term, but you can still get some cheap items here to start. Like buying massive bulk of packing tape is definitely going to be cheaper in the long term, but in the short term here, when you're just getting started, you don't know where to begin, you can just go to your local Target, Dollar Tree like I did here, and just pick it up for a couple bucks and you'll have your shipping supplies, at least for a little bit of time. Hey everybody, I'm at the post office right now. I'm going to show you guys how you can weigh packages if you don't have a scale at home. Here's the kiosk. I'm just going to open this up here. And what we're going to do is just go through all this package and then read it, and then 6 ounces. There you go. All you gotta do is take a picture of it so you have reference, and all you have to do is just exit out and that's it. Pretty easy, right? So yeah, if you guys don't have a scale at home, you can just go to the post office, go to the kiosk, and you can just throw it on there. You don't have to ship anything out, just use the scale there. Now it is inconvenient to do that, but if you guys don't have a scale, that's what you gotta do. Hey buddy, just want to give you guys an update on the challenge that I've been doing. Cheapest amount of money you can start as far as being a reseller goes. So I had those new skin galvanic like spa treatment things that I bought from the Goodwill as part of the challenge. Ended up deciding to list them all together as one bundle. So we had 3 of those in the package. There wasn't much traction in that, so I decided to lot them all into one instead, and it ended up selling today. So we bought all 3 of those for $4.31 from the Goodwill. That was our total for the 3 of them, and they all sold together for $80 plus shipping. You can actually print the label out in the post office. I previously showed you guys how you can weigh the item at the post office using the kiosk. So we got all the figures in there. We can enter it all in correctly into eBay. But ordering it through eBay, we actually get a discount as well. So we actually might make a little bit of extra profit because of that. Typically when you order through eBay or like Pirate Ship, you get the discounted commercial rate. So let me show you on the phone how you can print your labels, or actually get a QR code in this case, and then we're going to take that and the package all the way to the post office and ship it out. Oh, by the way, so we bought the item on June 4th of 2024, which is this year, if you guys are watching it currently, and it just sold today, which is June 20th of 2024, so it only took us 2 weeks to sell the item. Okay, so let's pull up the eBay app here. Right in the middle is where I placed it. We got 2 items here that I need to ship out. And here we go, the new skin galvanic here. So if we click on that, oh, so this is actually going to go international, which is even better. It's even better because through the eBay International program, they take care of any sort of returns or any issues once it gets to their hub, and they ship it internationally for me. So as long as I can get it to the hub, it should be fine. It'll be out of my hands. And eBay will handle any sort of issues with it at all, any returns that come back through international shipping. eBay will take care of it. So that's the one thing that I do like about eBay, is that the international shipping program is pretty decent. At least I've had good experience with it. Some others haven't. Okay, so on the bottom here, you'll see this giant button that says Get Shipping Label. So we're going to click on that. And then where it says package size, so we weighed the item. It weighed 6 ounces. When we were at the post office. I had already entered in 8 ounces here because I kind of knew already, but just to make sure on it, you can change this before you make the listing, of course. So in our case, it was 6 ounces. So typically with the USPS, the pricing changes every 4 ounces, starting with 4 ounces, 8 ounces, and then 8 through 12, and then 12 to 1 pound. So just something to keep in mind. So even if it's 6 ounces, which is in between 4 and 8, that you can get charged the 8 ounce rate anyways. So I've got the items here. I showed you guys these. This is what we bought. And then I showed you guys the bubble mailer that we bought from the dollar store. So this is what we're going to use to ship it out. And right on the bubble mailer, it shows the dimensions. So this is 9 by 6, 9 inches by 6 inches here. So you can edit that accordingly. It really shouldn't make a difference in this case. So what we're going to do is actually just change the sizing here. We'll just do 9 by 6. And then the third dimension, I mean, this is probably going to be 2 inches. So I'm just going to type in 2 inches here, just eyeballing it. So the shipping, as you can see here in the shipping service, it says USPS Ground Advantage. So it's going to be $4.38 is what we're going to get charged. So since we bought it on eBay, we saved 25%. That's what I was talking about earlier, getting that commercial discount. So right here where it says label preferences, so you can see this little info button here. It says don't have a printer, get a free QR code by updating your label format settings. So what we can do is actually click update settings. And then what we're going to do is do QR code and printable label. So it won't really matter as far as the print format goes because it's going to be calculated once I get to the kiosk. And then at the bottom, you get charged. So I have it linked to my PayPal account, so it was actually charged that. You can actually change this as well to like your funds, so it won't subtract out from like a credit card or a PayPal in this case. It'll just get deducted from the funds that you got from the sale that you made. I do it via PayPal because I get extra bonus points when I get charged on my credit card. That's the only reason why I'm doing doing it. So I'm just going to keep it as is PayPal. In this case, buyer paid $5.90 for shipping already. And then what we're going to be getting charged from the postal service is going to be $4.38 for the label. So you're going to hit purchase shipping label and wait for this to load. Label purchase. So now we have a QR code here where we can take this to the post office and we can print the label there since we are considering ourselves not having a printer. What I'm going to do is save the QR code, and it should also be emailed to me as well. So when I go to the post office, I can just pull it up through my email, scan the QR code at the kiosk, and it should print the label for me. So I got my bubble mailer here, so I'm going to package up the item. So we're shipping all three of them out together, and they should all fit in here. I think they should. Oh, perfect. See, look at that perfect fit right here. Take this off. Once we get to the post office, I just need to slap the label on there and then throw it into their outgoing packages. Let's go to the post office. Everybody, we are at the post office here. As you can see, the kiosk is right there. It is after hours, so there's nobody here. But I just want to show you guys. So I did get an email with the QR code right here. And what I'm going to do is actually go over there and show you guys how to redeem it. So what you want to do is actually do scan QR code for label. And then bottom here is the scanner. So the QR code. It's asking if it'll fit. Continue. That's correct. Continue, and then that's it. So hit finish, and it should print the label. Printing. Receipt, and you can just end the visit. Stick it right onto the cover here, and then over there is where we can dump it. And as long as it's gone, we're good to go. So pretty easy, right? You can come here during regular hours. It is afternoon late, so I wasn't able to come over here until later, but it should go out tomorrow. Yeah, if you don't have a printer, you can just bring it over here. Just make sure when you are setting up the shipping stuff to add in the QR code so that they'll email you the code. Scan the QR code right at the kiosk and it prints it pretty easily. So let's go home and run a breakdown of this first sale of this cheapest challenge. I am back home now, just kind of sitting on the floor actually right now, going through the figures of this sale. This was the one purchase that we made at the Goodwill on June 4th. Spent $4.31 in total. We had a pack of 3, all brand new, sealed, still in the package. And I knew about this item from past experience. I bought this probably 2 or 3 years ago, if I remember correctly. I knew it would sell pretty good. Each one of those should go for about 30 bucks a piece. Initially, we had set it up as selling them individually and separate. However, I decided to bundle them all into one instead. Figured it could maybe sell quicker that way. So I put up the price to $80 and lotted them all up as a lot of 3 instead of individual one by one. And as I mentioned earlier, we sold all of them for full asking price, actually, for $80 plus shipping. On here, I'll show you kind of the breakdown of what eBay shows me. It shows a subtotal of $79.95. Shipping was $5.90 is what the buyer paid. And then there's this VAT fee on here. So that's for international shipping, since it is going international. So the buyer did have to pay that. As you can see on the bottom here, it gets refunded back to me, so I don't get charged for it actually. But that's what the buyer paid. So the buyer paid $102.16. So the shipping cost is actually just to the hub itself and not to their actual location. So all the other fees like that actually gets accounted for by eBay, so I don't actually see it on my end. But then below that, you'll see what I earned here. So $102.16 was the total from what the buyer paid, and then the $16.31 that they were charged gets subtracted out of that amount as well, since it kind of offsets each other. And then the transaction fee of $9.94 is what I get charged for making the sale. I got charged $4.38 for my shipping label. I showed you guys that fee when I was initiating the shipping label before I went to the post office. So essentially the buyer paid $1.52 more than what I was charged for. So since I did get the 25% off discount for their commercial fees, I had to pay less. So we gained a little bit of extra profit. So in total, we got $71.53 back in our pocket. Now we do need to subtract out the $4.31 that we spent on the item itself at the Goodwill. Leaves us with $67.22. Now we also did go to the dollar store and bought the bubble mailer as well as the tape. Again, like I mentioned, we're not going to include the tape because I actually didn't even use the tape. We spent $2.70 there, so we're just going to split that in half because they're all the same price. So subtract out the $1.35, we are left with $65.87 is our entire profit. Our total cost of goods, including the bubble mailer, was $5.66 only. So you can get started with less than $10. No printer needed, no label maker, no scale. All you needed was your smartphone and a car to get you around. So that's a pretty cheap starting point, I would say, for sure. You can even go even cheaper, just go with stuff that you already own, but I'm just talking about starting fresh. You can even get free supplies. I see free stuff always listed on Facebook Marketplace. If you got less than $10, you can also start reselling if you want to go on this journey. It's very addicting, it's very fun as well. You find some cool treasures, and you learn a lot, actually. You learn a lot about items and what sells and what people want and what demand is, what supply is. Hopefully this was encouraging for you guys if you guys wanted to start reselling. $5.60 was everything we spent, and we just made $65 in profit. Anyways, if you guys found this helpful or useful or entertaining, please hit the like button down below. If you guys enjoy thrifting content like this, hit the subscribe button while you're down there. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!